Have we become an addicted society? Now, there's so many addictions right now. It isn't just addiction to drugs or alcohol. There's addiction to internet, pornography, there's addiction to smoking, there's addiction to relationships, addiction to sex, addiction to weed. There's just so many addiction to just scrolling right now. Scrolling has become an addiction. We have become addicts, and we really, like, take an example of phone. A lot of people cannot live with their phone. If you take their phone or the phone starts to die, like the battery, they start to actually become angry. They start to feel like the life is unmanageable. Now, why is that? Have we become addicted society? Now, the root cause of addiction is something that you feel like you can't live without. It's a behavior, substance, something that you use outside of you that you feel like you cannot live without. Some people are addicted to working. Some people are addicted to money. Some people are addicted to chasing other relationships. And the reason why we're addicted, the reason why we feel like we need something outside of us, is that inside we feel like we're empty. We feel like there's an inner emptiness inside that we feel. Now, this inner emptiness we try to fill with whatever we have conditioned ourselves to fill, right? Whether that's smoking, pornography, alcohol, you name it, right? Now, what is the cause of this? Like, what is it behind even this inner feeling of emptiness? Well, the reason why we feel empty is because we identify with our ego. We identify with our body. We think this is it. You know, we see ourselves in the mirror. We feel like that's it. That's me. And if that's me, then, you know, I'm in trouble, man. Is that it? Because we have an identification with the body. We haven't sensed our own well-being. We haven't sensed who we are in the inside. And our soul has not been connected to the Creator. And because of that, we feel empty. How do we fill this emptiness? With whatever in the outside. Now, what happens then? Now, I'm going to talk in particular for Muslims. For Muslims, a lot of people who are addicted that are Muslims, you know, you could be addicted to smoking, addicted to pornography, addicted to alcohol, to relationships, and you feel, on top of the addiction, you feel shame. And that's even more dangerous, because when you feel shame, that means that you feel like there's something wrong with me. So people start to really become really hard on themselves, start beating themselves up, because they'd be like, I'm praying 5 times a day, I'm reading the Quran, but I'm still addicted. I can't get rid of this habit. What do I do? Am I a hypocrite? Am I just a sinner? What is going on here? So there's that shame that just builds inside. Now, what's the problem with shame? Well, shame is associated psychologically with a lot of mental illnesses, like depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, and even suicide. Shame is also associated with suicide. So when you feel shameful, that's really dangerous. And I want to highlight one thing, is that we have been fed shame throughout our life, especially as Muslim generation, because people have used it. Unfortunately, religious people have used it in order to get us back to God. They use shame. You know, shame on you. Why are you away from God? Look at you, you're a sinner. So they use that way for ages, whereas now it's becoming to change. However, we have been programmed by shame from our parents, from our siblings, from our society. So that's a problem on top of a problem. Now, what do you do? What do you do with addictions? What do you do with shame? Well, the first thing that you need to do is to become aware of what is going on inside. Become aware. Be the witness of what's going on. You cannot change something you're unaware of. So become very aware. So when addiction comes, take a deep breath, see what you're doing, look at yourself. And even if you're engaging in a behavior, whether it's smoking, drinking, whatever it is, even negativity could be an addiction, just look at yourself and become the witness. That's the first point. Now the second thing is you need to eliminate shame. How do you eliminate shame? By sharing what is going on with you with somebody that you love. You know, whether it's a parent or a friend, just share what you feel and the shame will become less. Shame grows when we're alone and we're keeping something a secret. There's more into that. I will talk more about shame and addiction because I think that's such a hot topic. But for now, I would say this is your takeaway from this video. We have become an addictive society. A lot of people are addicted to all sorts of things. Become aware. Don't just say, oh, this doesn't apply to me. Just become aware. Second thing, when shame is associated with addiction, it becomes even worse and the impact of it becomes worse. Now the third thing is, in order to eliminate shame and addiction, you need to start with two things. Become aware of what's going on and start to share what is going on with you with someone else. Thank you.